be the top three in their order. As they are. And off they go. Oh, JC with a slow start.
What happened to JC? He's completely lost today. I don't know what's happening to him. But that was enough for Yorkie to take P2 and for Arno to try to take P3. He's in the fight right now against Jesus Crisp. Oh no, Yorkie just smashed the corner and that places again he smashed the corner. Oh no, Yorkie Bardeen has just lost 5 positions.
And Emmy is now past your ass's Suzuka, so
that's gonna be very complicated to come back.
And to think, Yorkie hit the slow, but that little snag in the corner. I can't remember. Oh wait, she just blew past 2 people at once.
Now before, okay, if she keeps a good pace, she might be able to catch up Arno and try to take P3 to qualify for the first time for race A. I don't know if Yorkie is hearing us, but if she does, she must be super nervous. Jack Taylor trying to pass Yorkie, he does after smashing her a bit, and Emmy Blueberry is in the fight as well. Emmy Blueberry, a driver very known for her very clean race style.
She
is the only chance. He is the only chance she has to be a dirty driver. Will she do it? Will she be? Or her principles are too strong?
Yorkie has been shoved all the way to last place.
No way. That's not good news for Yorkie, who's now trying to fight for P4, currently on the hands of Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor, very underestimated driver. It's true that his lag issues, his net limitations affects significantly his race performances, but it's not the first time he proves he's not just like the rest. I remember he even won a race was last year maybe or 2 years ago in one of these random races we made. He won a race against very top names and he managed to do also a pole position in GTSE, the first season he competed there.
Meanwhile,
Suzuka.
Oh yes. I was going to say, meanwhile, because we both tried the same thing, Candy's hanging on pretty nice and tight to JC up there, who's leading the way. Arno's doing a good job holding on to third, but Emmy is closing quickly.
And Suzuka is trying to take P3 from Arno. Could be that Suzuka in her first race B qualifies for race A.
No, she's a ways back from that.
She's there. She attempts to pass Jack Taylor, but she didn't manage yet.
Remember, P3 is Arno.
Yeah, sorry. True. She's trying to pass P5, who's Jack Taylor. Oh no, she touched the wall. That's gonna ruin her possibilities. Meanwhile, Emmy approaching Arno.
She's in the draft. Bit of a tight line into turn 2. Arno.
Slow zone for Arno.
On the outside, almost.
That was a good line from Arno there.
2 tiny cars battling it out.
Is the Lotus Elise the tiniest car, or is it the KTM?
I think that in terms of overall mass, well, not SL mass, but height and width, it's probably. But the Lotus, I think, might still hold the title as the shortest from nose to tail.
Emmy, who tried to pass Arno, but Arno closed the room for her in the last turn of the track. Still, she's trying. Now she tries to take the inner, but Arno is defending the position like if he was going to die if he doesn't manage to keep it. Now the two hairpins. Emmy takes the inner, but now Arno has the inner, and they keep the same positions.
And Yorkie has since gotten away from Jack, so she's all by herself making up ground. If these two, Emmy and Arno, keep fighting like this, Yorkie might actually have a chance to catch up here, because we're not even halfway done.
Remember, only the first 3 qualify for race A, so this fight here right now is the most relevant fight on the track. Arno and Emmy are fighting for a spot in race A. Emmy, who didn't manage to join the race in time, and she has to start from last.
Emmy might have it here.
And she got it or not, because she doesn't step the slow zone. She doesn't step the slow zone, and that's position for Emmy. Emmy Blueberry passes Arno Taurus in lap 8, and she has now clean air to build a gap over him. Will she manage to do it, or will Arno recover the position?
And again, she joined at the last second, quite literally. Everyone else was already on the grid. She is as rusty can be for her standards.
What else do we have? We have here Yorkie Bardeen, whose main hope on qualifying for race A at the moment was that Arno managed to hold the position, and Yorkie has time enough to catch them, but now that Emmy has passed Arno, it's gonna be complicated for her to qualify for race A, because now she has first to reach Arno, pass Arno, and only after that go after Emmy, who's starting to create a gap over Arno.
And JC is now entering the main straight. He's about to hit the halfway point. Lap 10 has been completed. There are now 10 laps to go. Do you think we're going to hear afterward him saying that this race was yet again too long, that it should have ended like right now?
And fastest lap of the race for Jesus Crisp. Without draft, Jesus, who won in GP1 last season on this track, the first and only official race winner so far, I believe, and he's proving here why he is so good at this track. He's easily leading the race at the moment.
I think Emmy's actually catching up to Candy.
Candy who just stepped, yeah, Candy with her fancy invisible car. She's second place, almost 7 seconds behind JC, and Emmy is close to 5.5 seconds behind Candy. Emmy has 9 laps to catch up Candy, otherwise she will finish in P3.
And Yorkie is catching right up to Arno, who just screwed up through that complex of corners. And Yorkie up the inside and goes around and into 4th.
Oh no, against the corner, both of them against the corner. That possibly saved Yorkie for position, because if she crashed against the wall and Arno didn't, that could be most likely position for Arno. But both of them made the same mistake, and now it's Yorkie who's in P4 ahead of Arno. And let's see if she managed to create a gap over him, or if Arno will have the opportunity to fight her back.
Unless Emmy makes a massive mistake, I think that the results will be about as they are for the top 3. But Yorkie does have a lot of pace on her, so it's not over till it's over.
Arno is closing the gap. He's very close to her. It's not gonna be easy for Yorkie. Arno tries to pass her through the inner, but
they snag a bit. They snag quite a lot.
Yeah, they snag there, but it was not a disaster in the end. They are both still in the fight. Arno steps on the slow zone. That gives some breathing to Yorkie in this main straight. Here she goes. Arno right behind. Arno is keeping her pace. He's not gonna give the position so easily. What do we have here? Suzuka. She's in 6th position,
Yeah, she's gone past
fighting
Jack.
with Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor, who was performing quite well at the beginning of the race, he's now P7. And someone retired?
Did they?
Yeah, Crickery retired, right?
No, he's still out there. He's behind Emmy on track. Oh, a
But
massive
wait-
dive bomb from Jack Taylor getting by Suzuka. And Suzuka
Oh.
hits the wall and loses time on him.
But-
Oh dear, that's gonna be a... She only has 4 laps now to go get him.
Oof, that's gonna be hard for Suzuka, because with that accident, she just lost quite a gap with Jack. She has 5 laps to attempt to recover the position.
Oh,
Meanwhile-
yes, that's true. Yorkie is starting to
Yorkie
pull a gap.
and Arno are still fighting for position. Arno is only less than 1 second behind.
But the gap is a little bit bigger than it usually has been between them.
Yes. That turn was...
Arno is zigzagging a lot through that section. He's losing a little bit of time there.
Yes,
Good exit out of the corner, so Yorkie is continuing to pull the gap.
that corner, that's very tricky because of that snagging point. And careful, because they are about to find Crickery, who's being lapped and might be relevant for the final position.
Oh dear.
There are almost 3 laps to go, and if they don't manage to pass him cleanly,
Oh.
that... Okay. That was
that
a
was
little
easy.
collision there, but that was clean enough to not affect the fight between these two,
Yeah.
who are still fighting for P4.
It looks like it was intentional because I'm looking back at the feed, which has got about a 10-second delay, and he does look to try and dive out of the way last second before Arno T-bones him, or nearly T-bones him. So
Arno is very close to Yorkie. He might have it here, no. Ooh. He's trying really hard. He wants...
Suzuka, meanwhile, has just been lapped by JC, so maybe she can catch his draft and get towed up.
Oh my
to
god,
Jack.
Arno just cut the last corner and takes P4 that way over Yorkie.
Hmm.
This is a completely illegal move, which of course is allowed here because this is an outlaw race. So Arno, the only one doing what should be done on this track, breaking the law and taking P4 with that.
I mean, I guess I'm not really gonna make too much comment on that, but
And Yorkie, she was so scared with that movement that she's losing pace to Arno.
they're gonna have one more lap.
One more lap, she will have to try to recover the position. Uy! No. Okay. Arno gives position. What happened to Arno? Arno stopped. Arno
no.
stopped. What's going with Arno? Arno stopped in middle of the track. He just gave up the position to Yorkie.
All right, focus back. We got one more lap with a battle between Jack and Suzuka. They are nose to tail.
Okay, here we see Suzuka, who has reached Jack. No!
No!
Suzuka snacks the corner, and that's it, friends. That's it. Can they finish P2? Where's JC?
He just
JC
finished.
retires.
Wait,
JC retires. That means what? That means
Yorkie.
that's gonna be Yorkie. That's me, Yorkie P3. Yorkie P3. Yorkie's gonna make it. Yorkie qualifies for race A for the first time in the season. Even if in
Jeez.
an illegal race, Yorkie Bardeen qualifies for P3 for race with P3 for race A after Arno quitting the race or giving the position better set, and JC retiring the car. Caddy tomorrow, P1, Emmy Blueberry P2,